So, I want to talk to everyone here today about something very important. Something so important that I decided to spend some minutes right now out of my screen to talk to you all about it. And what I'm talking to you about is hopium and huffing copious amounts of hopium. I'm talking about this right now as a psychologist. I'm talking to you as a psychologist right now, which is the other thing I do. Okay, I'm also a gamer. I am also a psychologist. And when we talk about when I'm talking about hopium, I'm not just talking about the meaning of hopium. What I'm talking more broadly about is this general idea and concept of happiness and of hope and enjoyment and feeling good about things that might happen in the future that we're hopeful for. Now, online, a lot of people nowadays, we like to say, if you're huffing on hopium anytime someone might get a little excited about something that, for negative purposes, might have a high likelihood of not happening because it's not happened in the past. But people are getting excited because there's enough kind of information around to point one in the direction of hope. And I'm talking about Virtua Fighter 6 and the hopium surrounding VF6 right now. So, a lot of folks, most folks that I see on my timeline, and I think this is a more prevalent idea that kind of just lives in the Virtua Fighter community, which is never get too excited about the possibility of any new Virtua Fighter coming out in the future. And what I find happens is people say lower your expectations all the time about everything. And not because they're not hopeful. Of course they're hopeful. Of course we're all really very excited about the possibility of a new Virtua Fighter coming out. We're all ecstatic about it. And there's enough information, there's enough evidence pointing in the direction that a new Virtua Fighter is probably coming. So it's okay to feel excited about that. Right? These cards stand out. Right. There's evidence. That's evidence pointing in the direction of a reason to be hopeful. It's not coming out of nowhere. It's coming out of a place that makes sense. It's coming out of a place of data, of evidence. So hopium to me is when someone just is just hopeful about something when there's no evidence to back it up. But if you've got some evidence pointing in the direction of something, then yeah, it's cool and fine and totally reasonable to get excited about it. And to think to yourself, I don't want to get disappointed because then if I get disappointed, I'm going to feel horrible and blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to crush the hope now so I don't have to deal with the pain and anguish of the disappointment that might come later when I'm let down once again by Sega, right? Because we've all been let down by them many, many times in the past. What I'm going to argue for you, and this is Tricky, Dr. Tricky talking now. This isn't Tricky the Gamer. This is psychologist Dr. Tricky talking to you right now. That is not an effective strategy. What you're priming yourself for there, when you do that to yourself and people around you, is you're sucking the joy out of life. Okay? You're just sucking the joy out of everything. Because, so what? You'll get disappointed. Who cares? Whatever. You'll deal with that when it comes. If it comes. And pretending like you're just quashing your hope now. Bro, be real with yourself. Be real with me. You're still hopeful. You're still just as excited as the rest of us. You're just kind of pretending like you're not. And you're making yourself miserable for no reason. Just feel good. Feel it. Get excited. It's fine. Just get hype. Just like this song is playing, get hype. Because this is a moment to feel hype. You have a good reason to feel hype. Let yourself feel it. Right, you're draining yourself for free for no reason. At least let them disappoint you. At least give them the chance to disappoint you. Because what'll happen? What'll happen? Let's say you just suck all the joy out right now. You say, I'm not going to feel excited anyway. I'm just not going to feel anything good. I'm going to numb myself. Granted, you can't really do that. You're really not numbing yourself. You're just making your life miserable. But let's say you're not doing that. Okay, let's just say for a second, for argument, that you are just sucking out the joy because you don't want to feel disappointed. So you are disappointing yourself. You're preemptively just numbing yourself from the possibility that you might feel bad later. And then let's say the good thing happens. Great. Are you going to feel excited? Maybe. Maybe you're going to numb yourself again because you're going to say, oh, well, the game still might suck, so I don't want to get too excited about the game. And like, there's never a point in which you are allowed to feel excited about anything. You're never allowed to feel hopeful. That's the kind of direction that line of thinking goes. Right. You'll always have an excuse to numb your feeling. That's not an effective strategy. It doesn't protect you. Not really. It just makes life horrible. Why? For what reason? And the next step in the loop, right, the loop continues. Exactly, Karama. Exactly. And I see this most prevalent in my VF community, which is part of why I'm making this video right now. Because I'm trying to break it. Like, I get it. We've all been hurt. And this is, I'm sure it's going to be relevant to people outside of the VF community, right? This is more of a life thing. This is psychologist Tricky talking to you right now. I'm using this example as a jumping off point to talk about something more broadly about our psychological functioning and how to have a positive, healthy mindset. And really, what's behind this idea of, well, if I numb myself from feeling anything good, because I don't want to find out on December 7th when this thing comes out that, like, once again, Sega didn't announce anything, and once again, there's no VF6, and I got all excited for nothing, and now I'm going to be crushed because of how excited and hopeful I was. Okay, got it. I'm hopeful too. I really want VF6 to come out. I want it so bad, and I want it to have good rollback, and I want it to be popular if it can be. I want it to be good. I want it to be a good game, and I'm excited about it. So I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I won't be crushed if nothing comes out on the 7th, right? Because I've put my level of hope to a level that is, I think, realistic, right? Realistic to the degree in which the game might be there. Don't go through the moon and say, yes, it's definitely going to come, and yes, it's going to have this, and yes, it's going to have that. That's hopium. That's what hopium looks like. Just plain old hope, realistic goals, realistic expectations is fine to have. And if you get disappointed from that, that's okay. You'll survive. You'll feel bad for a little bit, and then you'll get over it. Like you get over everything else. But at least you had that time where you felt happy, where you felt really hopeful and things felt good for a while. You know, that's a good thing. At least you had that. And you'll have it again. But if you never allow yourself to feel that because you're always saying to yourself, well, you know, things might not work out, things might go bad, things might not be what I want them to be, because you're so worried about what might happen as opposed to what's actually happening, what's actually in front of you, and thinking that you can protect yourself from potential disappointment. You cannot prevent yourself from feeling disappointment. It's part of life. Now, let me back up. Can you prevent yourself from being disappointed at all? Yes, you can. By not feeling hopeful about anything. That is no way to fucking live. All right? That sucks. It sucks. It's not a good idea. It's a way to mess with your mental pretty bad. Don't do that. Allow yourself to feel good. And know that along with good feelings come bad. I mean, this is a cliche, right? But just like, you know, sadness comes along with happiness. They're related. They're two sides of the same coin. So you can't protect yourself from sadness without also eliminating happiness and joy. It's just how our brains and emotions work. We're not able to selectively say, I don't want to feel this specific emotion. Not how that works. We just numb everything. Everything gets tightened down. So if you're trying to protect yourself from emotions that you'd rather not feel, you're also preventing yourself from fully experiencing the emotions you would like to feel. That's what happens. So don't do that. Just let yourself feel stuff, man. Just get out there and feel things. Feel happiness, feel sadness. And don't be afraid of the bad feelings, or the feelings that are quote unquote bad, right? Sadness and disappointment is not a bad feeling, it's just a feeling. You don't gotta judge it. You may not like how it feels, but it's temporary, it'll go away. It's a signal that you were excited about something, which is something worth being excited about. It's fine. There's plenty in life to be disappointed about. There's plenty of life to feel like no hope for. But when there's a moment where you can legitimately feel hope, grab that shit and hold on to it, because it doesn't always happen. So yeah, I wanted to tell my VF scene and just the greater FGC, because I see this a lot in our discourse, and I want to shake us out of it. If I could just like grab you all by the neck and just shake you and say stop it, I would. But that doesn't work. This is all I can do. All I can do is make videos and talk to you. So yeah, go ahead and get hope. Get hope. Feel it. It's okay. They won't. And poo-pooing people who are feeling hope and yourself feeling hope will not protect you from the disappointment you're going to feel. You're just prolonging it, because you're going to feel it now and when you're disappointed. That sucks. At least people like me who are feeling excited, not to the hopium levels, but just excited. Hope. Plain old regular hope. I get me and the other folks that are feeling the hope right now get to enjoy that hopeful feeling for a little bit. And if it ends up being, let down, that doesn't devalue the hope that I'm feeling and the good feeling I'm having right now, right? Nothing in the future can take away the pleasurable feeling I have right now, because I'm excited about the potential of Virtua Fighter 6 or some kind of new era for Sega to come out. Okay? Let the future come when it comes. That's all. That's all I got. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please share this with folks who you think might need to hear it. And this goes with saying, because I have to say this is not professional medical advice. If you're feeling a certain way and you are having critical levels of hopium in your system, or not enough hopium levels in your system, please go see a mental health professional who might be able to help you with that. Talk to your doctor. You can find someone like myself who can help you with that. Okay? I feel like I need to say that when I'm giving psychological advice and psychoeducation. This is called psychoeducation. I'm giving y'all, the public, information, educational information around psychological functioning. I'll be doing more stuff like this in the future on another channel that I'm making, but you'll be getting a lot more of this kind of talk with different kind of music in the background. It'll be a lot like this. Well, I'll be talking about broadly just positive mental health issues, mental health functioning, ways of thinking about yourself and the world. Because I'm starting my private practice in a few months, and I would like to give people a sense of like what I'm like as a therapist, because I'll be doing it virtually. And yeah,